Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper. Welcome to another Ableton Live video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you real quickly how to trigger multiple VSTs from one MIDI clip. And this is very advantageous if you're going to be layering things anyway, and you might want to change the MIDI on down the line. This way you don't have to duplicate MIDI or anything like that. So we're just going to do it real quick inside of this project. I've got a MIDI clip here, and what we're going to do is add a second MIDI channel and drop an instance of operator on it. Let's just pick one real fast. And what we're going to want to do is right here where it says all ins, come down to MIDI 1, which is just this first channel. We could name it maybe main MIDI, and then we just have to click in, and there we go. Now obviously that's a little bit too high pitched for hip hop sub bass, so what we can do is jump into the MIDI effects, pitch, and pitch it down. And let's say we want to add a little bit of something on top of that. And I'm just going to use a bunch of instances of operator because they're light on CPU. And you're going to have to pay attention to that, especially when you start getting 5 groups with 5 different instruments, all getting triggered by 5 different MIDI clips. You know what I mean? You got to pay attention to that CPU. But let's just jump into something like, drop that on its own and come in again and come down to main MIDI and in. And that's all you need to do. You can just keep duplicating that as much as you want. So let's come into something else like, I don't know, lead. Let's do that one. And then we can even do anything in terms of MIDI effects. We can put it in front of this and it will have the same effect, just like we did with the pitch before. So if I drop that on there and come in, and again, main MIDI in. And we can do stuff like chords. We can do arpeggiators. So now we've got something really cooking here, and we're only being driven by that one MIDI clip. And the thing that makes this really great is, let's say all of a sudden I want to add a little bit of a change here. Everything is updated automatically, and I don't need to duplicate this MIDI clip 3 different times for 3 different instruments. It's just a really great thing to do, especially if you're going to be doing like a live show or something and you want, you know, if I come up here and activate this MIDI clip, you know, now if I'm in a live setting, I can play all 3 of those things at the same time without having to worry about anything. So as long as you know that those 3 sounds, or however many you have, go well together no matter what you're playing, you're going to be in good shape. And just another quick thing before I hop out of this video, if you've got a sub bass or a bass line inside of this sort of conglomeration here, is that a word, conglomeration? That's got to be a word, right? You're just going to want to make sure it's on one voice. And that way, if you're triggering chords of like the bell here, you're only going to be still getting that one note out of that hip hop sub bass. It might change from time to time depending on which key happens to be pressed first, but that way you're never going to be doubling up and getting too much bass frequency. See that? I'm pressing chords here and it's only giving me one bass note, and that has to do with voices. So if, you know, I'm getting way too long, I always do this. I start thinking about other stuff I want to tell you guys. So if you'd come in here and then come over here and then see the voices right here, you want to make sure if it's your bass line, you have it on 1. And that's going to be with any synth is going to have those voices options. And if it's a bass in something like this, in this type of scenario, you're always going to want to have it on 1. So you're only getting 1 note at a time and you're never getting too much bass frequency. But anyway, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope it's useful. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.